being a Catholic artist, and it doesn't matter what kind, like if you're, master painter, or you just make little decorative art for like gift shops, whatever it is, why I think this is one of the most important jobs in the world. And I am biased, yes, because I'm an artist, I'm a Catholic artist, but I truly, truly believe this, and just hear me out. So we humans, we are visual creatures. We need to see things, right, in order to like make it make sense in our mind. Well, as you know, we don't get to see Jesus. We don't get to see the Virgin Mary. We don't get to see heaven. So we need Catholic art, specifically Catholic art, to bridge that gap, to make it make sense, right? Like, so when you're praying, we need to have a visual representation of what the Virgin Mary looks like, what Jesus looks like. We need these things so to help us imagine. And the whole reason we are on this earth is to get to heaven. We were created, God created us to get to heaven. So if our whole life, our whole existence here, our whole purpose, our ultimate life purpose is to get to heaven and go and be with heaven with God. The artwork that helps us, reminds us, helps us to pray, helps us to worship, helps us to meditate, those little daily reminders on anything of heaven is, I'm going to say, it's invaluable. It's invaluable to our souls. We need it. So however humble your art might be, however grand your art might be, these things are important. Filling your home with Catholic art is important. Having these daily reminders at your work desk, at, wherever it is, place of business, to where someone who's walking by will stop and be like, oh, Jesus, oh, the Virgin Mary and baby Jesus, or, and help them to stop in that moment and reflect, even if it's just for like a second, on heaven. And that is so important. That is, important isn't even the right word. That is so invaluable. We need that. So an artist's job to make the artwork that is going to remind people and help them reflect, help them pray, or just remind them throughout the day when you're so busy and you have kids crying and you're rushing to work, or you're passing through an office space. If you're at the dentist and you're passing through an office space and that dentist has a picture of the Virgin Mary, however small, however big, however skilled the artist was, that little visual representation of Jesus, whether it's Jesus, the Virgin Mary, just of heaven, helps put that back in someone's mind, that there is the existence of heaven. Because we get so busy, right? Like, we're always so running around and doing all these things. So when you stop by, and if you're like, so like I said, in the dentist's office, and you're at the dentist's office and you're rushing to leave the dentist's office, and all you really want to do is leave the dentist's office. You don't want to be there anyways. That little reminder that, oh yeah, that's heaven, and it's like we need that. We need those constant reminders. So any type of art that is going to bring our minds back to what is really important, why we're our whole purpose for existing, which is, like I said, to get to heaven. Anything that's going to bring us back to that is invaluable. Like, we need more of that. Our society, our world is just so crazy right now. Like, everything is just feels so ugly. It feels like there's so much, and there's so much beauty too, yes, but there's so much going on that's just so we're all so lost. So many, especially young people, we need these constant reminders of beauty. We need to surround our children with these constant reminders of beauty. And truly beautiful Catholic artwork truly beautiful, when it's someone who makes it like from the heart and it stands out. And yes, I make crystallized artwork, okay? And one of the purposes of why I love crystals, I love things that sparkle and shine, and that's just me. I love that. But so our eyes, though, the refractions of light, refraction, I don't know, I forget what it's called, but the like, shooting off of light, like immediately our eyes, whether you're man, woman, that we're drawn to that, like, or we have to see that, like, we're visually, like, it captivates us, even if it's just for a second. So for me, when I use this into my work, that is like part of the intention of it being there. I want it to grasp people's attention. I want it to like pull someone's mind back to, whoa, what is this? Like, what is this? Oh, the Virgin Mary. Oh, Jesus. Like, oh yeah. Like, let them stop for a second and have their mind, even if it's just for a second. I'm not saying like I'm changing the world with my art, but like bringing us back, bringing that person's back, all of our minds back to what is really important, to heaven, even if it's just for a second. We need more beauty. The world desperately needs more beauty, and specifically with Catholic art. If you've ever thought about getting into it, that could be a calling from God, placed specifically by Him on your heart. And if you want to paint like me, I have an art program that I'm starting. You can go down below and get information on that. I also have a Paint a Virgin Mary in 24 hours course. If you wanted to check that out, that's down below too. But if you don't have to buy anything from me. Like, you can simply start searching on YouTube how to paint, how to make Catholic art. And I want to speak to the people that have thought like, I'd love to have a Catholic art business. I want you to know how important it is, how important that work is. And like I said, that could be a calling placed on your heart. Had I not answered that little like crazy thought in my mind, because it was a crazy thought in my mind at the time, because I wasn't an artist, like I wasn't a painter. And I was like, no, I'm going to paint the Virgin Mary icons. I'm going to paint the Virgin Mary. I'm going to learn how to paint her. I'm going to turn this into a little business. Had I not answered that calling, that like thought in my mind, I wouldn't be where I am today. My life would not have been blessed in the way that it has been. So if you have that calling too, I just want to tell you to listen to it and give it everything you have. Anyways, I hope this inspires you, and I'll talk to you soon.